Hey there everybody, welcome back to another math video here on MR Academy. And we're going to be talking today a little bit more about fractions. Yes, fractions. We talked in the previous video about fractions and why they're not actually that scary of a math object. Because really, fractions are just a piece of something that's whole. Okay? They're a piece of a whole number, they're a piece of a whole thing. They're not so bad to work with. So today we're going to be doing adding and subtracting fractions. Because just like any other number, we can add them, we can subtract them. There's nothing different about the two regular numbers or fractions. Okay? Now, what you will notice is that I already have something written up here because I started recording this and I forgot that the musical clock right next to me was just about to go off. So our video was interrupted by a musical clock. Not this one, though. Now we're going to be good. So, up here, the rules. Okay. So to add or subtract fractions, just like a whole number, okay, we can add, we can subtract them. But in order to do a fraction addition or a fraction subtraction, that sounds amazing. That would be that's like a cool name for a band or something. I like that. Anyway, in order to add or subtract fractions, so I don't distract myself anymore, we need to make sure that they have a common denominator. Now, I mentioned this in the previous fraction video, but right up here, if I have 1/2 is my fraction. I need to make sure in order to add this to something or subtract it from something, I have to have the same number in the bottom of every single fraction that I am adding or subtracting. That could be a 2, or I might have to do something to that 2 in order to add or subtract them. Okay, I might have to turn it into a 4, or into an 8, or into a 10, or whatever it would happen to be. Okay, we're not going to do that in this video. We're going to take it step by step. We'll do another video where we're making common denominators, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Important thing you need to know, common denominator, the number in the bottom of every single fraction has to be the same, just like these that we have down here. All of these have a 4 in the bottom. All of these have an 8 in the bottom. All of these have a 12. All of those have a 6. Okay? As long as they are all the same number in the denominator, that bottom number of the fraction, we can add them, we can subtract them without any problem. Then, once we make sure that we have that done, then we can just add or subtract the numerator or the number on top. Okay, I cannot make arrows today. Wow. Okay. And apparently I can't write either. That is supposed to be a numerator. There we go. That one I have room for the entire word. So, top number, numerator, bottom number, denominator. Bottom number has to be the same as the rest of the fractions, and then we can just add or subtract the top. So, let's look at some of these down here. And I'll kind of illustrate to you how that works. Okay. So right here, we have number 1, 1/4 plus another 1/4 and another 1/4. Right off the bat, how many fourths do we have here? We have 1/4 here, and in this pair, we have 1/4, 2/4. Let me show you how we get that. Okay. Right there is a 1/4. Right here is a 1/4. And right here is a 1/4. Okay, I'm going to move that over just a hair so I can sneak those two together. Okay, so we have our single 1/4 right here, and we have two other 1/4s right next to that. If I have 1/4 and another 1/4, and I stick them together, how many fourths do I have? How many cubes do I have right here? I have 2 of them. Okay, so if I add 1/4 and 1/4, I have 2 fourths, just like they have written down right there. So if I have 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4, 3 1/4s, make sure they're all facing the right direction, or 1/4 plus 2/4, I have how many of them? I've got 1, 2, 3, just like they have written there for us. Okay, so that is how that works. As long as we're talking fourths, then we're good. We can just add the tops. Then we can have 1/4 plus another 1/4 is 2, plus another 1/4 is 3, plus another 1/4 would be 4. If the bottom number was 1/4 and the other fraction was 1/3, Are these the same thing? Are they the same size? No. I can't just add them together and get two somethings. That's not going to work. Okay, because our fourths and our thirds have to be exactly the same. That denominator has to be the same across all of our fractions. Okay, so we cannot add these unless we turn them into the same number. What if I did this, though? And I am getting off topic just a little bit. But what if I decided, okay, how many of these 12th blocks do I need to turn into a 1/4 block? Well, it looks like 3 of these fourths are the same size, or 3 of these 12ths are the same size as 1/4. Okay, well that's good. How about 1/3? How many of these 1/12 pieces do I need for a third? Well, it looks like I need 4 of them. So I'll break that off right there. So these are the same size. 4 1/12 is the same as a third. And 3 1/12 is the same as a fourth. Can I add these together now? Yeah, I can add these together. So I can't add the 2 of those the way that they sit, but I can turn them into 12ths. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 12ths. What's going to happen when I stick these two together? Same exact size. That is cool, okay? You might not like math. It might not be your favorite subject, but that is cool right there. That is cool. Okay. Anyway, I did get off topic just a little bit, but that is my point. That's why we cannot add things that are not the same with the denominator. We have to have the same number on the bottom. But once we turn it into something where it has the same number on the bottom, we're in good shape. Okay. So that was one. Number 2, though, we have 1/8 plus 1, 2, 3, 4/8. Well, we have the same number on the bottom. We have 8ths. We're dealing with the 8ths. All we have to do now is add the top numbers. We have 1 plus 4. That is 5/8. Number 3, we have 1/6 plus 1, 2, 3, 4/6. 4/6. Sixths, that's a tough thing to say. Sixths. Take some practice, I tell you. So 1 plus 4 of those. We then have 5 of them. Okay, 5/6. Okay, 1 of them plus 4 is 5. Okay. Number 4, we can do the same thing. We have 2 12ths. We have 3 12ths. 2 12ths plus 3 12ths then equals 5 12ths. Not every single one of these is going to be 5. Let's take a look at number 5. 1/3 plus 1/3 is 2/3. Okay, just like over here, we add 1/3 here plus another third. That's how many thirds? How many blocks do we have? We have 2. Okay, so 2/3. And then number 6, we have 3/10 plus 4/10. 3 plus 4 is 7/10. All right. If you would like to pause and take a look at the next 6 on your own for just a moment, feel free to do so, and I will give you the answers to them in just a moment. So now is a good time to pause. All right. Now, if you have had the time to pause, and you did so, let's take a look at the answers. 1 plus 6, 7/8. 1 plus 4, 5/7. 5 plus 4, 9/12. We are not going to simplify these fractions. We're going to leave them just as they are. I could make that something else, but we're not going to. 1 plus 2 is 3/5. 1 plus 3 is 4/4. And 2 plus 3 is 5/9. So hopefully you did well on those. Now, those are all addition. Let's try subtracting. It's going to be exactly the same thing. Okay, let me illustrate what I'm talking about with number 1. Before we do number 1, we have 3/4 minus 2/4. Okay, so we have these 3 right here, and I'm going to get my cubes. We start off with 3 1/4. 1, 2, 3 1/4. We're going to take away 2 of them. If I take away 2, how many do I have left? I have 1 1/4 cube remaining. So 1/4 fourth. We can also do 3 minus 2. It gets us to 1. And then the number on the bottom stays that number on the bottom. And that's one thing I did forget to mention earlier. You keep that number the same on the bottom. You do not subtract the bottom numbers. You keep that the same, whether you're adding them or whether you're subtracting them. Okay, you will keep those numbers the same. Next one, we have 5/12 minus 4/12. Well, all we have to do is subtract the top number, or the first number, okay, minus the second number. 5 minus 4 is 1/12. We could also come down here and say, okay, we're starting off with 5 of them. Well, let's cross off 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many do we have left? Just that one right there. We have 1/12 left. Number 3, 7/8 minus 2/8. Well, we start off with 7 of them. Let's cross off 2. 1, 2. We have 5 remaining. 5/8. Number 4, we have 7/9 right down here, minus 3/9. We'll take away 3 of them. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4 left. 4/9. You could also say 7 minus 3 is 4. Keep the number on the bottom the same. Number 5, we start off with 7. Take away 4. We can cross off 1, 2, 3, 4 of those tenths. We have 1, 2, 3 left over. We could also say 7 minus 4 equals 3. Then over here, 4/5 minus 2/5. Well, 4 minus 2 is 2/5. We could also say, okay, we got 4 down here. Let's cross off 2 of them. And we're left with 1 2/5. Hopefully that's making sense so far. Down here, we've got a lot more of these. I got 10 of them sitting right here for you. If you want to work on these, feel free to do so. Take a look at them right now and pause the video, and I will give you just a little bit here to do so. And then I will write down the answers to them one by one so you can check your work. All right, so if you did choose to pause, let's take a look at the answers. 5 minus 2 is 3/7. 6 minus 1 is 5/8. 7 minus 2 is 5/12. 9 minus 8 is 1/10. 4 minus 1 is 3/5. 10 minus 3 is 7/12. 6 minus 3 is 3/8. 2 minus 1 is 1/3. 8 minus 3 is 5/9. And 6 minus 5 is 1/8. So hopefully you did well on those as well. Like I said, once you've got the same number on the bottom in each one of these fractions, you've got a common denominator, you are in business. You've got very little to worry about right there. All you got to do is add the tops, keep the bottom number the same, or subtract the tops and keep the bottom number the same. Whatever the case may be, adding or subtracting. Okay? So hopefully that's making more sense. My plan is to get a Google form uploaded as well, and there should be a link down in the video description at some point in time. It might not be there right away when I upload the video, but there should be a Google form up there very, very soon. If you want to practice more of these, that is a good way to do so. That is a great way to practice adding and subtracting fractions. But thank you for watching. Next time that we are working on some more math, we're going to be talking about addition and subtraction, but we're going to be going back to that word expressions. Yeah, we did a video talking about the difference between equation and expression. We're going to do some expressions, and we're going to turn them into equations. But we're also going to be missing a piece of information. So we're going to figure that out in the next video. But until next time, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed yourself, if you learned something new, if this video helped you at all, head on down below, and we're going to right down here somewhere in that area. Hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. That lets me know that, or lets you know when I upload new videos, when you ring that bell. But if you drop a comment or drop a like or both, whatever you feel like doing, that lets me know that I'm doing my job well and that you guys are getting something out of these videos, because my goal is to help you, to help your parents, maybe even teachers, explain math in a different way than maybe you are used to hearing, or maybe a different way than what you're being taught in school, just to kind of help you out and help you learn in a different way, because we all learn in different ways. So, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time you're watching this. And until next time, you all take care.